Hi, I'm Mark. I'm the owner of Lawn Stripes and Hedges, and our vision at the company is to have a fully eco-friendly garden maintenance company. So the reason we want to be a fully sustainable company is because the way the world's going at the moment, so everyone's just trying to be a little bit better. So when we started the company, although we went through a lot of pain, we purchased the newest battery models at the time, and we kind of just stuck with it. Now 3 years into the business, it's just absolute paid tenfold for us. It's probably the single best decision that we've made. Cost, one of them, noise, second, and just customer satisfaction as well. So we have used petrol and battery powered, and we feel that you get a better result from battery mowers, cylinder mowers, strimmers. It's just an all-round better product. Yeah, so we've been using the Stirling. We was lucky enough to test it from out the gate, and we've been using it for a year now. It's in regards to like being a product, it is probably one of the best out there. So we used the Liberty, and it just wasn't robust enough for us. Although it's a great mower for smaller lawns, we needed something a little bit more stronger. So when we got the call to test the Stirling, we was so grateful. And I mean, this lawn that we do here, we use a Stirling on this a lot, and it for us, because we're a lawn care company as well, having the different cartridges that you can swap within seconds, it's so easy, because for anyone who's in the lawn care world, they know that, whether they've got an aerator, scarifier, that we have leaf collectors to collect the debris once you've scarified. My van now has one machine with 3 or 4 cartridges in, and that does us. Obviously we have to have a few batteries to do it, but the cost of it compared to a petrol machine, although you're paying a little bit more up front, the overall cost you save after the first 12 months, it pays for itself, which is as a company, it's more beneficial for us to do that. Yeah, so in the pro world, I learned all my skills from Richard at Pro Lawn Care. Now he still uses all the petrol machines. He teaches people lawn care. So when I went to him and said, no, I want to be battery powered, he told me it wasn't possible. But I've never been the type of person to, if someone tells you, I know it sounds corny, but if someone tells you it ain't possible, I always look to the future and think, well, sure there is. And that's how the conversation come about with Austin regarding this machine, because if I can have one machine that does 6 different jobs, that's 6 different machines that I don't need in my van anymore. So that's space, it's fuel for all the machines, servicing on every machine. Is it perfect right now? No, but is it better than petrol? Yes, 100% I believe it's better than petrol, because for scarifying, the labour intense side of it, clearing up thatch after you've scarified with a petrol scarifier, it takes you hours. On a lawn like this, if we were to scarify this, it'd probably take us two hours to completely pull all the thatch out. After you've got to rake it up, and then you've got to blow it and then get rid of it. Whereas this machine, you can just take it out of the basket and put it into the dumpy bag with the basket. So as from a professional stance, once you've tried it, you'll never go back. Like, I'm so happy that we went that way, because it's just paid for itself within the first year for us. The adjustable height. Now, anyone that's had an ALLETT product within like the Liberty, one thing that I thought could have been better was the variable speed. So if you've got your blade on, you had to walk with the same speed as the blade, whereas this, you can change the speed and it doesn't change the speed of the blade. So that is amazing, because you can keep the scarifier on. Obviously it's going at full pelt, whereas you can wind it right back. So different cartridges need different speeds. You couldn't have the scarifying cartridge and have it on full whack and shoot through your lawn, because that's not the aim of the game. The aim of the game is to pull as much thatch out as you can. So having the ability to wind it right back, go at a slow pace, but still have the momentum of the blade, that's brilliant. Being able to move it as you get in your van, so any professional knows that space is everything in your van. It's like an Aladdin's cave. Sometimes you try and ram that much stuff in it, and if you're no good at Tetris, you can't get it all in. So literally one click of the button and you can move the handlebars, and that's the kind of the feature of the Stirling, whereas everything's easy to use, whether you're changing the height of the height of cut, whether you're moving your handlebars, whether you're moving them up and down. It's literally just a quick flick. You can move it to whether if you're small, like some of my members of staff, you can click it in like that. Oh, that's a bit too low. There you go. So for something on other brands or other products in the past, everything's made within ease, whether you're swapping the cartridge or taking the lawn rake off, whether you're going to be verticutting or scarifying. It's just 2 bolts and it slides straight off. So just the fact that it's really easy to use is my overall key features of it, really. So today we're here to do pretty much a full renovation on my customer's lawn. We're going to verticut it and we're going to do a light scarification as well. So verticutting, we use the verticutting cartridge to cut all the stolons in the grass that's growing sideways. It promotes vertical growth. Weed grasses, you see a little patch of them, like lighter green patches in your lawn, and normally weed grasses, so they love to grow out sideways. So if you continue to lose the verticutting cartridge, then they eventually just get took over by all the healthier good grasses in your lawn. Weeds, it keeps your weeds at bay as well. If you want to stick to like a bit of an organic approach, using the verticutting cartridge at least once a month, just to keep them weeds being cut, because with any plant it needs the sun to regenerate. So if you keep cutting them down and it can't get the energy from the sun, then they just won't grow and they'll just die off. So today we're going to swap the cartridge over, which takes a couple of seconds. So let's get going. So I'm just going to obviously show you what we've pulled out of the lawn. So as you can see, you probably can't see this pile, but this pile here, nice dark green. So that's the clippings from when we've cut it with the normal mowing cartridge, and this is from the verticutting. So we use the height of cut with the verticutting. We cut just above soil levels. We try to. Sometimes it's a little bit hard, so we go through it twice, because if there's quite a lot of weed grasses like this here, then we'll go over it twice, but we normally go over it, we won't go over it the same way. We'll cut the angle to make sure you're kind of cutting it from all different angles. So let's have a look through this pile obviously we've got here. So you can see these thicker dark leaves here. You've got some weeds in there. You've got some cocksfoot, which is weed grass, which is the thicker leaves, and it also pulls out a bit of thatch as well, as my dog's eating. Nope. So it's slightly, some people might say, well, why not just use the verticutting cartridge rather than the scarifying cartridge, because it kind of does 2 jobs. It doesn't really, because the blade cuts through the stolons. Stolons is grass that kind of grows that way. So a stolon is it's a type of grass which is like a fescue grass. So rather than grow up, it grows up, and then it'll have a stolon come round on its sides and it crabs along your grass. So which is a classic feature of, like, you can see the lighter patches on the lawn that have that have come out, you don't want them in your lawn really, because nobody, I personally don't like patchy different coloured lawns. So using the verticutting cartridge keeps them really at bay. The scarifying cartridge is designed to pull thatch out. So it has like a little spring hook on it, and it goes through the soil and it pulls any kind of matter out, whereas the verticutting cartridge is designed to cut through that. So although a byproduct of using the verticutting cartridge is you get a little bit of thatch out of it, they're massively two different jobs. So if you keep doing regular swapping the cartridges about, you'll get a much healthier lawn. Yep, so a good sign that you're getting you're deep enough is you can see the slots coming through the lawn. So if you're not going deep enough with the cartridge, you don't get as dominant lines. So it's great as well if you're going to be overseeding your lawn, which we are doing today. If you get the verticutting cartridge on the sweet spot, it creates a little bit of a groove in the soil, which then when you see the seed sits in the groove, contact with the seed helps germination. Yeah. So if anyone's worried about getting it onto the van, I'll show you literally how easy it is. Front roller. Once it's in the van, clip it forward, twist it round, and we're in.